Hello everybody, welcome back to StarGirl Beauty channel. If this is the first time you're here, we welcome you and thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have already subscribed, then you are part of the family. You are an awesome beauty subscriber. This is Skincare Tips series. Skincare Tips 101. Let's talk about the basic. I cover all those products, all those steps: cleanse, exfoliation, mask, serum, all the blah, 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 blah. So many things. How do you incorporate when it comes to application? When do you put on what? When you have more than one product in the same step, you're going to remember the principle. It is you apply the thinnest consistency to the thickest consistency. Because it's just the thinner it is, the easier it goes into your skin. If you apply something thick first, it's already blocking it. Anything afterward, thinner that you put on, it's just sitting on top, it's not working, it's not doing anything. So remember, from the thinnest consistency to the thickest one. That's why oil really should be the last step for you to put on, because oil, it's like the thickest. Nothing go through the oil. If you put oil first, then you put other things in, it's not kind of a waste. Then the second principle you apply is from the colors, from the least opaque product to the very opaque product. Like a clear serum, you put it on first. A vitamin C darker yellow color, you put it on last. And then the third principle you want to apply in order for your products is from check out the pH level. Like I am using BHA and AHA at the same time, right? But which one has a lower pH level? BHA. BHA has a little bit lower pH level, so I always apply my BHA first, and then I go into my AHA acid. So you use from lower pH and then to a higher pH product. So that's kind of balancing it out. So those are your three principles: from thinnest to thickest, from clear to opaque, and then from low pH level to high pH level. Those are your three principles to apply your different products. When you apply your product, the best application is to pat it in. The thinner the product it is, you want to press it in. Press is like your toner, you pat it in. And then sometimes when you use your serum, or the Blythe, the brand has a thicker press serum. So that's for you to press it in. You press those products in. This is a great method to apply your skincare product. Don't just move around, because you keep moving around, it's all going to be, first of all in your hand, and you keep moving around, your skin can't really absorb it. You want to either slowly pat it in or then you press it in, and that's really the best. Your skin can absorb as much as possible, and it's going to be very happy skin. Now let's talk about eye cream. You know people are always applying their eye cream with their ring finger here, right? Always like that, and that's because this finger is really, you apply the least pressure. You don't want to use this finger to apply too much pressure, or you rub it in, because then you're going to create a lot of friction, pressure, and then it's going to cause wrinkles, fine lines, and cause sagging. You don't want it. So make sure you remember you're using your ring finger to apply any eye cream. And the best thing is when you first put it on, of course you swipe it across and just blend it in. Afterwards you press it in so that you're not moving, because as the eye cream is drying up, going away, when you keep doing this wiping motion, it's again creating fine lines or wrinkles. So you want to, after you blend out your product, you want to just press it in, and then you can stop at this area at your energy point and try to relax yourself a little bit, but make sure you don't apply too much pressure, because remember, this is the most delicate area in your whole face. When you apply your skincare product, it's always, if you're going to use this moving method, always from low to up and from inward to outward. You guys should know all that. It's just preventing sagging. If you're going to do all those products, 10-step skincare, or including your eye and lip product, 12 steps, you want to wait between each product. Because if you don't wait, it's just all going to be clumps up and not working. You're putting 10 different products on your face. You want to wait between 10 to 15 seconds between each product you put it on. Even when your toner is the same, the toner, pat it on, wait for like maybe 5 seconds, then put on the second toner. Otherwise, it's just going to be all diluting each other, mixing it all up, right? So you want to wait, be patient if you're doing more than 3 steps in your skincare routine, seriously. When you use your hyaluronic acid, you want to have a damp face. Your skin is not totally dry, because how the hyaluronic acid works is to pull the moisture into your skin. So when you use any hyaluronic acid, you want your face to be a little bit damp, either after shower with water or with your toner. You know, if you are using hyaluronic acid serum, make sure your toner is not completely dried out before you apply your serum. But make sure your face is not completely drenching, because there is a balance. If your face is too wet and then you apply any product, then it's just going to be diluting your product. No good. So ideally is when it is still a little bit damp, not wet, right? So we're using the word damp, not wet. When it comes to skincare, it really does require patience. This is not magic. When you introduce something new to your skin, it's not going to like suddenly, immediately it change overnight, or things happens overnight. So you might want to be patient. What I mean is give some time for these products to work, not just between each step for their absorption, but for their effectiveness, until you can see something happening. Okay, so BHA, salicylic acid, it may work in a few hours. Like if you have a very prominent pimple and then you put your BHA on, so then maybe in a few hours it will just go down, the redness will go down, then it's fine in a few hours. But if you are using vitamin C, it's very good for brightening, but don't expect it to be like after a day or two, but all my pigmentation is all gone. It's not going to happen like that. Probably takes 3 weeks. Brightening products, we're talking about 3 to 5 weeks. We're talking about weeks, not days or hours, all right? And then when you come to retinol, any kind of cell regenerating or cell turnover products, it's going to take time also. If you are using retinol brand new, you won't even see anything happening for 8 to 12 weeks normally. Every time when you introduce something new to your skincare routine, make sure you do patch tests. I know a lot of skincare ingredients we covered before is like very, very mild, non-irritating, very causing very little problem. Nobody report any, negative stuff. But every skin type is different. Tolerance level is also very different. So I highly always remind people, do a patch test. And then the last skincare 101 tips is just don't rub your face too hard with paper napkins or hard towel. Just don't rub your face too hard, because you may tear the tissues. That may cause some long-term damaging stuff that you don't want to see later in life. And also do not over exfoliate. Like I said, once to twice a week, it's good enough. Unless you're using chemical, it's considered mild, because you're not scrubbing your face so much. So those you can do every another night. And also just pay attention to the environment and the weather, because it's constantly changing. Sometimes you may not need your oil in summertime. Like with the weather, it's too humid, you probably want to stop your oil for a day or two. And then when it is just becoming very dry, winter comes, you probably have to switch to a different heavier moisturizer just to compensate the weather changes. You can't just use this 10 product all year round, 12 months, and expect it to work the same. And I think this a lot of people already know, but it's just a friendly reminder. And last thing, be moisturized always. Remember, I always say that moisturize, because 80% of our skin problem is caused by dryness. If you forget to moisturize, there will be a lot of problems coming out. So make sure we always moisturize our face very good. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to be the star of the show. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you.